This video is going to show how to create a board outline from a DXF file in OrCAD X Presto. Creating an accurate board outline early in the design process is essential, especially with today's smaller and more complex designs. OrCAD X Presto can be used to easily import and create a board outline from a DXF, IDX, or IDF file. To import a DXF file, start by opening OrCAD X Presto. We will import the outline into a new design file. Select File, New, Board from the menu. A new board file is created in your home directory. To save the file to your working directory, select File, Save As from the menu. Browse to the working directory and enter a name for the board file. We will call ours DXF board. Click Save to create the file. Now we can import the DXF outline. Select ECO DXF Import from the menu. The DXF In window opens. Here you can define the file to import, the file units, import settings, and the layer mapping file. Select the ellipsis to browse for the model file. Select the desired DXF file and click Open. Before we import the file, we need to configure a few settings in the DXF In window. First, let's define the units. For this example, we'll select millimeters from the DXF units dropdown. This will read the DXF units as millimeters and convert them to the units used in the design. We also need to define how the DXF layers are mapped to OrCAD X layers. To do this, select Edit View Layers. The DXF In Edit View Layers window opens. This window shows a table of layers in the imported DXF with columns for mapping to OrCAD X classes and subclasses. Let's assign a class to the cutout layer first. Check the option under Select for the cutout layer. Select the required class and subclass from the drop-down menus at the bottom of the window. In this case, we'll select Board Geometry and Cutout. Click Map to map the cutout DXF layer to the selected layers. Let's map the design outline layers. Uncheck the option under Select for the cutout layer and check the option for the outline layer. Select the required class and subclass from the drop-downs at the bottom of the window. In this case, Board Geometry and Design Outline. Click Map to map the layers. All layers are now mapped and the DXF is ready to be imported. Click OK to save the layer match file and close the window. With the design uploaded and maps defined, we are ready to import the DXF file. Back in the DXF In window, click Import to load in the file. A log file appears, stating that the DXF extents were too large for Allegro. The outline itself doesn't exceed these extents, so we can ignore this warning. Close the log file. Zoom in and view the imported outline in the PCB canvas. The outline is imported and ready to be used. Before we place any components or draw any traces on the board, we need to create route and package keepins. Since this DXF doesn't contain any keepin layers, we need to define them ourselves. To do this, select the imported outline. The Properties panel is populated with outline properties. Check the option for conductor keepin and enter 25 for the value. This will draw a conductor keepin 25 mils from the edge of the board. Let's add a component keepin. Check the option for component keepin and enter 50 for the value to draw the keepin 50 mils from the edge of the board. The board outline has been successfully imported and prepared. Quickly create a board outline from a DXF file to accurately define the size, shape, and features of the PCB with OrCAD X Presto. For more tutorials, visit us at resources.ema-eda.com and don't forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel.